I will point out that I don't mean to skip dialogue. It's just a habit from the last time I played it.
Brothers and sisters, a new enemy has risen in Bilgewater. The goddess Nagakaboros has shown him to me.
Reveal him to us, truth-bearer.
This Blood Harbor Ripper butchers men in their homes and in the streets. I can sense the fear, the stagnation he brings. We honor the Mother Serpent by restoring motion and driving him out.
Praise the goddess.
Truth-bearer, I wish to fight for you. I am ready.
Are you? If you fight with everything you have, the Mother Serpent may name you worthy. If not, she will take your life.
I surrender to her will.
Unworthy.
He is strong, priestess. He may live.
Perhaps, if the goddess wills it. Come, our enemy awaits.
Like I said, fantastic artwork, animation.
These streets are full of motion. Nagakaboros smiles upon us.
And
Why
voice
do
acting.
you embrace this foreigner's priestess? The Pelangi do not respect the goddess or brew tradition.
They make their own way. They fight to live. Walk among them, learn from them, maybe even have some fun.
They have many interesting desires.
Sister, I have seen you indulge in their taverns. Do not be ashamed. Next time I will join you. Now let us follow the rhythms of the street. Here, the men inside spoke recently of the killer we seek.
We will wait outside. No need to get Pelangi stink on us.
More for me then.
Illaoi! So her role is healing, damage, and defense. Illaoi's powerful physique is dwarfed only by her indomitable faith. As the priestess of the Great Kraken, she uses a huge golden idol to draw power from the spirits of her enemies while restoring and protecting her allies. All who challenge the truth bearer of Nekakaboros soon discover that Illaoi never battles alone. The god of the Serpent Isles fights by her side. Now, Illaoi, fantastic character. She has some dungeon abilities. Illaoi's Buru upbringing allows her to read and understand Buru glyphs, which will come into play later. And her dungeon ability, Tentacle Slam, is just her normal attack, but it makes so you have a tentacle when you go into battle. Her combat mechanics, she is a priestess, so, you know, she's good at healing and damage, which I love her for. Her faith in the god is unshakable. She becomes tentacles to attack her enemies and enhance her abilities. Using Taunt, Illaoi can force her enemies to face her head-on rather than attacking her allies. That is very important. Taunt, in this game, especially at this really high difficulty, you need at least... There are two characters in this game that can taunt. They're both tanks, obviously. One is Illaoi. We'll meet the other ones shortly. Or no, I guess it'll be a little bit, but Taunt is so vital for keeping your squishy DPS alive, as in Overwatch. Unfortunately, you can't taunt in Overwatch. I'd love a character that makes you attack them. That'd be dope.
Why must my people be so stubborn?
But yeah, I'll try to shut up more. Now I'm just talking and talking. But again, I love this game.
Little man, tell me, where can I find the Blood Harbor Ripper?
Who's asking?
I am Illaoi, truth-bearer of Nagakaboros, champion of the Buru people.
Sure, lady. And I'm the River King, Tom Kench. Buzz off. I'm trying to relax.
Perhaps a display of strength will change your mind.
Sorry. I try not to get into fights with strange women in bars.
So, you're unworthy. Or just afraid.
You see this sword? I've run it through hundreds of men. Most bigger than you. So how about you go on home?
I thought you would be stronger.
I love Illaoi. I really do. Her whole demeanor is just
Now you face a
so good. Alright, for her abilities, we've got Tentacle Smash, which is a small amount of damage, overcharge obviously, but it's got a 50% chance to summon a tentacle. And then her Barrier is like every other defense. They all have a little bit unique stuff. Like Captain Fortune's normal attack adds tapped, which is a whole part of her kit. And then her defense did I think it increases evade a little bit. But this one, you get more defense the more tentacles you have, and you can have up to 5 or 6 if you get a certain upgrade. So you can get, you know, what is that? 70% reduced damage taken, which is huge. This is just healing. And then this is you just attack, and then all of your tentacles attack at the same time. And all your tentacles will attack at the beginning of every turn anyway.
I'm shaking.
I probably should have explained all that whilst the battle was going on. But you know me. You don't know me. I'm Captain Huey, by the way. I never really did an intro. But yeah, this game. Jesus Christ. Look at how much
I still have more to give. It is not yet
I might
time.
honestly lose this fight. Mostly because I forget how tough these things are.
I need aid.
They slow you down a lot. I can get a big one off.
A little help would be that.
Yeah, their whole hamstring thing just makes you slower, reduces the pace. There's a couple of different stats in this game that are interesting. Leave me alone.
I embrace motion. All
Yeah.
things must flow.
Screw you, my tentacles will handle it. But yeah, that fights are tough for a while anyway. Luckily, when you level up, you get all your stuff back, so that's cool. I got Healing Mist, which is just a full party heal rather than just a one-person heal. Illaoi is really, really good at healing.
Is that all you have? I was just starting to enjoy myself. The Blood Harbor Ripper. Tell me.
No one I know has actually seen him. Rumor is he stalks the alleys around the Warrens. They say he ain't alive. Not really.
Not alive.
He is skinned like a corpse, cold. And his eyes are empty, like a body pulled up from the sea.
A creature trapped between life and death. An affront to the goddess.
He, has a thing for captains. Find a captain and the Ripper won't be far behind, they say.
Thank you, little man.
Hey, you, want to stay a while? I never drank with a priestess before.
You break too easily.
I love Illaoi. Little man. Little man. It's great. I believe this place is just for captains. I should actually read this stuff again because it's been so long since I've seen it properly. But he's larger than a ship. The only thing that scared me was its gangplank. Yeah, Gangplank. Gangplank. Interesting character. But, yeah. No, it's good. It's good. Having a good time already. This was a good idea.
We heard commotion.
My new Peilangi friends simply wish to learn Burhu tradition. Let us search the warrens nearby.
Now, I will point out that one of my favorite parts about Illaoi is the fact that she just wants to get in fights. Just because it's embracing, like, her whole, like, embrace motion thing is really, really fun. And I love it. I love everything about this character. Diary. I finally made it to Bilgewater. I could cry with joy. The heavy stink of death on the tide confirms my deepest, dearest dream. The Shadow Isle lie just over the horizon. After decades of questing, the perfect vista approaches. Since childhood, I longed to set my brush to paint the rarest scenery in the world. The ruins of the Blessed Isles, wraithed in the spirits and specters, ripe with revenants. I've traveled sheer across Valorian and crossed the darkest oceans to be here. My talent will be tested on the melancholy rubble. My brush will master those wraiths. The paintings I create will be contemporary masterpieces, rarer and more precious than a portrait of any Jarvan. Demacian aristocrats will drool to hang them in their seating rooms, and twirling my brush I will walk into the halls of history. Now there's a little 10 points down at the bottom there. The more of these you get like little skill books, and that's pretty useful for later on in the game. I just did the big circle, but it's okay. I have to remember to try to collect all the collectibles again. Gangplank was a captain more than a king, and when you're on a ship, the captain, he's your god. That's fair. Fair enough. Hey, you bunch look mean, but Gangplank was the bastard's bastard. So, I don't need a tutorial on the map, thanks. This is the map. And then this is the big map. Currently, we only have Bilgewater. There are more areas. Don't worry, we'll get there. It takes a while, but we'll get there. I don't know how long I'm gonna record this for. I mean, I've already been doing it for like 45 minutes or so. Yeah, this will be our first. We're going into getting into more fights. And this time we have little helpers.
Broken bones teach better lessons.
They have jab, defense, and cleanse. They aren't all that useful. I'll be real. They're just kind of there. They're just kind of there to keep Illaoi alive. Do some extra damage, I guess. Yeah, I know about debuffs. Yeah.
Let me show you how to do it.
This. Part of my problem is I often will neglect doing things that are helpful, trying to not use my mana. Also, I think that's useful.
Preparation is key.
It, it can be a bit of a detriment to me because I don't.
Even the weather can use a hand.
Kill things as fast as I should be.
Bury me and see.
This is
It is more used. It is nice having followers. More damage, less damage on you. Diary. Passage to the Shadow Isles is proving expensive. Bilgewater sailors do not willingly approach its shores. Treasure hunters traveling to the Isles instead pay for passage to supply stations near the archipelago. They bring their own small skiffs and use those to navigate through the black mist to isles themselves. I've been forced to adopt the same process and to pay treasure hunter rates. The ship which brought me to the supply station, the Daring Darling, they call it, cost me more than I made on my last commission in Demicia. I'm spending a week docked here in the inn teaching myself to sail a small skiff. It's grueling work and nearly too much for my sheltered frame. But at least it's offering me some unusual views. Trying to keep my hopes high, all will go well. That's the attitude to have. I don't know if I should read all those. I might, just because I've never actually read them all. Just in case somebody's listening to it rather than watching it. I don't need a tutorial. I am good. But yeah, this is the equipment area. You have 5 equipment slots. Weapon and armor, obviously, a ring, a necklace, and a trinket. You don't get trinkets for a while, but they all have stats. You can enchant them. You can upgrade them. Stuff. Like this one has an enchantment on it. 20% chance to deal 17 true damage with each hit. Which, true damage is just damage that it doesn't... It's not magical or physical. Because some things have more physical. Like, if you see here, this down at the bottom, it has physical defense and magical defense. True damage just makes it so that it doesn't get affected by that, I guess. You just do the full damage without any of the defense. A lot of bosses have it, and it's kind of BS, but it's fine.
Fear.
I'm gonna try to remember to focus one guy this time. I'll take less damage that way. But yeah, we're going to cleanse Illaoi, and you are going to cleanse. So
Now you're in for it.
you are going to do this.
Getting dark.
This is destiny.
My little dog sitting on the chair with me started panting. I think he fought. It's okay, Gus. You're good. He's being a little clingy today. All the dogs are being a little clingy today, but that's not unusual. Yay, I leveled up! Now I get an extra 10 health. So what determines your health is actually the stamina, if you're right below the health there. And your attack power, magic defense, etc, etc. But we unlocked our abilities. So, when you level up, generally speaking, you either get an ability point, or you get a rune point. We don't have the runes yet, but the ability points, what they do is you can go into your various skills and you can kind of specialize yourself. Generally speaking, I will just do one thing, like, but they all have 2 paths, right? So we've got like our instant abilities, they have 2 paths, and then there's 3 layers to them all. And then you have your passive. Illaoi's passive is the tentacles, but this makes it so You spawn a tentacle every 2 turns instead of every 3 turns, and this one just increases the maximum tentacles to 6 rather than 5. So you could get, so if you have 5 tentacles and do the defense, you get an extra 25% on top of the 40% damage reduction. So it's you know, like the 6 is good later on when you have more tentacle abilities, but generally speaking, what I do is I go with the chance to spawn the tentacle with the tentacle smash is 2 rather than 1. And as you can see, it amends it up there on the description. It has a little star next to it, which means that you've changed it with an ability point. Now, the Tentacle Smash has the, either you have a 100% chance to spawn one every time you hit, or you have a chance to spawn 2, 50% chance to spawn 2. With your barrier, you can increase the physical or magical damage reduction by an additional 10%. We already looked at this one. The Healing Mist, which I haven't used yet, you can either reduce the mana cost to 50%, which is pretty good. It makes it 10. Or you can make it heal an additional 4, which doesn't sound like a lot, but we're still at the stage of the game where we only have 230 health rather than 10,000 later on. I have gotten Illaoi up to 10,000 HP. It was pretty dope. She lost it really, really quickly, but it was there. This one is you deal 58 damage, or no. You consume a tentacle to deal an additional 12 damage, or you can reduce the mana cost. Illaoi's abilities are very mana intensive, but that's because I won't talk about that yet. It'll come. This one, you have 50% chance to spawn a tentacle when you use it, I assume, and then this is it's a longer cast time, but the base healing is massively increased, which is also really, really good. Like, the best part about this game is it's actually pretty balanced in that no matter what you take, like there is always the skills, the different skills, you have to make a decision. Shrines provide combat bonuses. We get a Shrine of Healing, which just heals you throughout the combat. Actually, I think it makes a thing on the timeline. Heals you? Yeah. It makes a thing on the timeline that if you get it, which the timeline buffs and debuffs will be more prevalent later on in the game. See, you spawn 2 tentacles that time rather than just the 1 because of the cleanse, or because of the thing that you took. But generally speaking, I probably don't need to do that. I'll do it anyway.
Lucky.
I am going to just use a health potion on you. You are also going to use a health potion. And then we're going to do more attacks on this bad boy over here. We're going to punch him, and we're going to punch him, and we're going to punch. So yeah, and then I end up getting 5. Like when you get to 2, if you tentacle slam enough, generally speaking, you'll get up to your maximum really, really quickly. And I'm sure we'll probably hit level 4 here before we end up fighting the Ripper, which is where we're headed. Fresh kill from the sea. Yeah, this is a big boy. Look at how big this fish is. Look at how big it is. It's huge. It's got like a bazillion javelins in it. Look at that. It's crazy. But yeah, I am just talking and talking and talking and talking and making sure that I hope this is entertaining. I mean, I'm having fun. I guess that's all that matters. I'm having fun, but at the same time, I'm gonna get rid of these guys because the bleed is just awful. Just awful. You need to cleanse yourself, sir. guy again. And there goes one of our dudes. And you get the slammy slam. And bammy bam. Almost dead. Tentacle chip. Not to bother with. Of course, 2 damage.
Face truth.
That's okay. Wow, I'm way lower on yield health than I thought I was. Okay, we'll heal up after this fight. Shouldn't be too big deal. Unfortunately, though, we don't really have a whole lot of health potions. I will just use a group health potion. I'll just use both of those. I do find that on this harder difficulty, you use your potions a lot more. Because I remember my first playthrough, I barely used them at all. By the way, that little chain link means that it's going to be a multi-way battle. Like per usual, we're going to target this guy first. I just realized this man is out of mana. He's a great. Punch. And you need to take a health potion. We're gonna do a little slammy slam. And a punch. Nice! Critical hit, let's go. Do a punch. You get to cleanse. A slammy slam. Dude with more HP. You get to punch. Punch this man some more. And then go hit this man. Just punch him. Punch him! Yeah! Alright. Well there's that. That should be a level up. Yep. Now we get an extra 5 stamina, so we get an extra 2 stamina, so we get an extra 20 health. 1 more attack power, and 1 more defense and magic defense. And another upgrade point. Which is good, because upgrade points are good. What is it? Smell of rotting wood and bile fills your nose. We are going to very quickly spend this ability point on getting 6 tentacles. Healing mist. Why don't we reduce the mana? Yeah, we'll reduce the mana for Harsh Lesson because that is our biggest damage dealer right now. And then we have a new chest plate, which gives me 28 physical defense. A little less attack power. That's okay. And then we are going to use a minor mana potion on both of these guys. And a health potion. Now we'll use another mana potion just to get you up there. And now we are gonna go fight the I got a text from one of my friends here. Give me 1 sec. She's playing Animal Crossing. Good for her. Did you see that? I thought I saw a body. I saw him too for a sec, but it was just gone. Looked like a ghost. Gotta stop drinking. Yeah, you probably stopped drinking. Oh, I forgot about the rest point. Damn. I'm an idiot. It's fine. Yeah, these little things here, these are rest points. It'll replenish all your stuff, so I wasted a bunch of my potions. But when you get more characters, like actual characters, because people we have now are just add-ons, essentially.